fellow developers. Welcome to MarketClick's YouTube channel. My name is Saurabh, and today I'm going to discuss various Git commands. Let's begin, guys. We'll start with git init command. Now, git init is basically to turn a directory into an empty Git repository. Now, the first thing that you need a local repository to work with. For those of you who don't know what exactly local repository is, it is basically a private copy of the whole repository, of the whole shared repository that you have. And users can perform many operations with this repository, such as add file, remove file, rename file, move file. You can commit changes, and you can do a lot of things with your local repository. The first command that we're going to discuss is basically the git init command, which will turn a directory into an empty Git repository. For that, I'll open my virtual machine to show you practically. If you are facing any issues in installing Git, you can go ahead and refer my Git installation video. There also, I have installed Git Incentivize version 6.5. For now, let me open my virtual machine and I'll show you there. Guys, this is my virtual machine where I've installed Git. If you want to see the version of Git that you have installed, just type in here, Git version, and it is 2.7.2 in my case. Now, let's go ahead and create the directory first. I'm going to name my directory as MarketClicks repository. Now I'm going to move into this directory. I'll just type in here cd MarketClicks repo. Now, I have a directory. I want to convert it into a local Git repository, which is very easy. All I have to do is type in git init. Here we go. Initialized empty Git repository in home and dreka repo. Git. Let's go back to our slides again and we'll see which command we are going to discuss next. Let's talk about git add now. Git add basically adds all the files to the staging area for Git. Now, Git doesn't track each and every modified file. Whenever you do the commit operation, Git looks for the files present in the staging area. Only those files present in the staging area are considered for commit, and not all the modified files. The first thing you need to do is put all the modified files, all the changes that you have done into the staging area. And then from staging area, you can go ahead and make a comment. The first thing is to add your files to the staging area, which is pretty easy. All I have to do is type in get add in the file name. Let me just quickly open my virtual machine and I'll show you that. This is my virtual machine again, guys. First, I'm going to create a file here. Let the name of my file be MarketClicks. Pi. Let me just go ahead and type something in this pi file. I'll just type in here a equal to 10, a small code, b equal to 20, and I'm going to print a plus b, pretty basic. Save it and go ahead and close it. Now, what I need to do is add the changes that I've done into the staging area. All I need to do is type in here gitad and the name of the file. That is MarketClicks, pi. I've successfully done that. If I want to add all the files to the staging area, then I can go ahead and type gitad in a period. This will add all the files that are there in my local repository to the staging area. This was all about git add. Let me just quickly open my slides and we'll see which is the next command we are going to discuss. Now we are going to see the git commit command. Git commit basically records the changes made to the files a local repository. You have all the modified files in the staging area. When you make a commit, it will basically record the changes that you have made to the files in that local repository. For easy reference, each commit has a unique ID. It is a good practice to always give a commit message. That helps you in understanding what change was done in this particular commit. I'll just quickly open my virtual machine, and I'll show you how you can commit changes to the local repository. This is my virtual machine again, guys. I'm just going to type in here, get commit m and then commit message. I'll just type in here first commit. I've done that successfully. 2 files changed, 5 insertions, create mode 10644 edereka pi. So this is the log for it. Let me just clear the terminal and go back to my slides again. Let's talk about git status now. Git status returns the current state of the repository. Git status will return the current working branch. If a file is in staging area but not committed, it shows with git status, or if there are no changes, it will return nothing to commit working directories clean. Let me just open my virtual machine again and I'll show you practically how this works. Alright, so if I go ahead and type here git status, it says on branch master, nothing to commit, working directory, clean. It gives me the name of my branch and is there anything that we need to commit or something that is already there in the staging area, but I have not committed that. And the working directory is clean right now. Whatever changes that I've made in my file are there in the staging area, and from the staging area, I've made a commit as well. Let me just do one thing. Make some changes in the file, add it to the staging area, but I won't commit it. Let's see what will be the status then. For that, I'll create one more file. Let that be welcome, pi. I'll edit this using Gedit. You can use whatever editor you want. I'll just type in here print. Welcome to MarketClicks. Close the parentheses, save it, and close it. Now, I'm going to add this file to the staging area. I'm just going to type in here, git add. I can go ahead and type a period as well. That will add all the files, or I can give the name of the file that is welcomed. Pi. Now if I type git status, let us see what will come. It says new file, welcome. Pi changes to be committed. These changes are present in the staging area, but I have not committed these changes. It gives me the name of my branch as well. I hope you have understood what exactly git status is. I'll just quickly open my slides again and see which command we're going to discuss next. Let's talk about git config now. Now, with Git, there are many configurations and settings possible. Git config is basically how to assign these settings. Now, two important settings are username and user email address. These values set what email address and name commit will be from on a local computer. It's very easy to do that. Let me just quickly open my VM and I'll show you there. Now, there are two things. Either I can run the git config command globally, or I can run the git config command on the current repository settings. Let me show you how you can do it globally. I'll just type in here git config global user, name and the name of the user. Let it be Sube. Now, I can go ahead and add the email address as well. I just need to type in here user, email, and I'll type the email address in the parentheses in the double quotes. This is done. This was done globally. Now, if I want to execute this on the current repository, what I'll type in, get config. I won't use -global. I will directly go ahead and type user. Name, let it be my name, SAURB8. I'm going to add my email address as well, which is marketclicks.co. Done, guys. It's that easy. Now, let me quickly open my slides again and we'll see which command we are going to execute next. We've seen how a git config works. Let's discuss about git branching now. Now, before I proceed, let me tell you that there will be a separate tutorial video on git branching where we are going to discuss in detail about it. Here, I'll just give you a quick introduction to branching. The first question is, why do we need branch? Branches are used to create another line of development. By default, Git has a master branch. Usually, a branch is created to work on a new feature. If you're working on a web application, you might want to work on the card service. For that, you'll create a new feature branch or any name that you want to give to your branch. Once the feature is completed, it is merged back with the master branch and we delete the feature branch. Every branch is referenced by head, which points to the latest commit in the branch. Whenever you make a commit, head is updated with the latest commit. Let me just quickly open my virtual machine and over there, we're going to see how to create a branch, how to delete a branch, how to rename, how to merge, and how to check out into a different branch. This is my virtual machine again, guys. Let me just tell you how you can see all the branches. Just type in here, get branch, and it will list all the branches that are already there. There's only one master branch present right now. Let me just quickly go ahead and create a branch. See, there are two ways to create a branch. One way is to create a, and then you can check into that branch. Another is you just want to create it, but you still want to be in your master branch or your current working branch or your current working branch. For that, if you don't want to check in that branch, just type in here, get branch, and give a name to your branch. Let that be feature. If I go ahead and type get branch now, I can see that there are two branches, master and feature. Now, I can go ahead and delete this branch as well, but let me just quickly move into this branch first. I'll just type in here, get checkout, and the name of my branch, that is feature, and this will point towards my feature branch. Now, I'm in my feature branch. Let me just make some changes in the files that are there in my Itarika repo. You can see that I have a couple of files, Itarika, Pi and welcome, Pi. Let me just make some change and let it be marketclicks.